we will not be defeated, because I am going to get this thing running today. Not only running, but running and driving. So I got my battery all hooked up again. I've got a couple of quarts of used ATF here, and I got a whole bunch of fresh stuff I'm gonna dump in. I'll show you the fill plug that I'm talking about and give you guys a quick overview of how this transmission seems to work, because I know in the last video I didn't give you the best visual of it. But at any rate, maybe one of you savvy viewers out there has operated equipment in the past and can tell me exactly what it is I'm missing. Now, I'm showing you this, and of course showing this prior to trying to fill this, so I don't know if it's actually going to fix it or not at this point. But what I appear to have here is some sort of hand-operated clutch type setup. This is my gear selector, of course, which I had off in the last video, which is, you know, maybe less than precise, but I think I can get both of those sliders moving. And this is a brake. There's like a drum brake right here. So that's a brake pedal, and that's a gas pedal or a throttle pedal. The brake pedal is connected to this master cylinder right here, and that runs to the back, which operates brakes on the rear of the vehicle. So other than that, there is nothing else here. There should be no mystery to it. These are the fittings I'm talking about, and I'm really suspecting that because this appears to be empty, that maybe it's not pumping fluid, like there may be a pump in there or something that's just dry. So I'm really hoping that that's it, but at any rate, I'm gonna fill up the little fuel tank that I made again, fire it up after I fill up this reservoir, and I'm gonna see what happens. So then down here is what I'm talking about. So this appears to say type A fluid on it, which is transmission fluid, and this is bone dry right now. So I'm really hoping that filling this up is going to make something happen, because right now absolutely nothing happens. Now I'll have to pour very carefully here as to not waste a drop. Oh god, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. Okay, I'm down. It's my first time. Alright, so I'm going to add a few more quarts here, or I'll keep checking the level, or whatever, and I'm going to see what happens. Wish me luck. Behold the genius. There, choke on. I think I need both hands for this, sorry guys, but I'm fiddling with the choke, the throttle pedal, and the starter. So let's see if we can't get her going. It's actually taken down a ton of fluid, which is actually surprising. I thought that might be the case, but you never really know till you start trying. I mean, for all I knew, it could have been like any T5 or whatever manual transmission that just sloshes in the fluid, but it appears to be pumping. So let's try and get this sucker running on its own. I don't know why it's finicky today. It ran mint last time. It's gonna move. It just now tried to start moving that drive shaft. We have life. This is awesome. Okay, it's gonna move.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120,
See how much fuel we got? We have enough fuel to make it up there and back, so let's go for a little putt-putt. Actually, turns out I do have steering both ways, so here we go. Oh, God. Sorry guys, I'd film this, but I need both hands to steer this thing, so I'll set the camera up, top it off, we'll go for a ride. Well, that was a pain. I cannot believe that I made it up to here, so I'm by the garage now so I can work on it a little bit easier, because this is the only piece of equipment out here that's going to sit outside and whatnot. But as you can see, it got a little bit hot moving it over here, so it's steaming pretty good right now, which is not what you want to do with equipment like this. But I did get it over here. All the rear tires are inflated, but I think the front one's having a couple of problems. I lead two here, and this one's a little bit canted for some reason. I think these two are really holding the production up, and it's kind of screwing us. So anyways, got the machine running tonight. I got it driving tonight, which is good, and and I'll have to figure out the tire situation, see if I can get a couple of these for free or whatever the case may be. I'll figure out a way to jack up the machine, get it all swapped out. But for now, the machine is running and now driving. So we'll call it forward progress. But that's all I've got for this segment, and we'll hop into the next one. Alternator bracket's been welded a couple of times up here. Never noticed it, but that pulley is way behind it. So what we've been doing is making a murder show out of this thing. We cracked these lines, and we actually got some forward progress on it when my buddy and I here were working on it. There's two pressure lines, this pressure line and this pressure line coming from the pump. And these must be some sort of a right and left feed line down to these rams, down to the ram on the bottom that turns this giant spindle. So there's actually a ram down here. And what I'm going to do with it running is crack this line, because we must have air somewhere in the system. And we don't really know where, but it is somewhere. Yeah. Okay, so I've just cracked the line. It's cracked. More pressure came out a little bit. More pressure. Oh yeah, there's a lot more pressure there. There's a lot more left than right. Should I try this one? Alright, well my assistant is doing laps over here. I'll show you guys real quick how this locator works. This is a Ditch Witch locator, so there's many brands of them, but this is what I have on hand, and I'm borrowing it. As you can see, it is set to 60 hertz on the bottom right, which means I'm locating live AC power. So, give a little fresh swipe with the antenna here. As you can see, the intensity got the strongest right where my paint mark is. Hit my depth, it's going to show it in feet and inches in hours and minutes. So it's 6 feet, 7 inches it says, and I've denoted that with 6 feet right there. So I'll show you one more time when you are locating. If you ever do it, it's not really that intimidating when it's just one thing like this. We're not going to have to induct anything, of course. But you can see her coming up on another paint mark. And you want to sweep really, really wide both ways around it. So we're going to come way over here and just check and see if maybe we missed it. Maybe there's more power out here. Maybe it did a crazy loop. Right now the sensitivity is way up because it's not sensing anything. So I think this one automatically turns up the gain when it's not picking up anything at all. But as you'll see, we'll get closer here and it'll hone right in on our paint lines. There's one there in the center of the frame and one right there in the center of the frame. So if we split the difference, we should see our power right in here. Yep. So right there, get a depth again. It stays pretty deep, so it's like still at 6 feet. And here I've got it at 6 feet. So I'd imagine they had a pretty big hole here and it comes pretty well straight up right by this disconnect service. So let's see what we got here. Maybe it starts coming up, but like I say, you never know. And I don't know how accurate the feet measurements are. See, 7 feet. Maybe they had a giant hole dug here to set that out, you know. You just really don't know. But anyways, I got this all located. I trust it enough to bet that we're not gonna hit power on it. As you can see, my orange paint runs pretty much straight down this ditch line right here. And we cross the road, go into the garage, and voila, there it is. We all done, dude? Good job.